What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. If we've not yet met, my name is Johnny Nitafan, and in this video I'm going to be breaking down everything that you need to know so you can start selling life insurance from home and start making 6 figures per year as a new life insurance agent, and all from the comfort of your home, right? I travel all across the world with my wife, all across the country. We live in Arizona now, but we've traveled to all the way to the East Coast. Took 8 months, packed our bags, sold everything in Arizona, and we actually moved to Charlotte. We were there for a little bit. We were all over different states, and we're back in Arizona. But in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys everything that you need to know, right? From the scripts, how to find the right agency, how to find the right mentor and leader to be able to help you get to where you want to go, get to where your goals are faster. It's going to be a complete masterclass, so stick till the end of the video so you don't miss out on the information that you need so that you can start making 6 figures ASAP. Right? So we're going to talk about CRMs that you're going to have to use, right? What CRMs and softwares you use that are going to be optimal so that you can have the best success. How do you create leverage in your business so you can go from $0 to $10,000 per month? So stick till the end of the video. If you aren't able to right now, stop the video. If you're not able to grab a pen and paper, sit down, because this is going to be a complete master class. So let's get right into the video. And also, we're going to be talking about what script do you use? How do you find the right agency? What softwares do you need so that you can be successful, right? We're going to be covering all this and more, so stick till the end of the video. And if you haven't already, subscribe right now so you don't miss out on content just like this. And if you don't know exactly who I am yet, click the link down below. There's a video that said how I went from $0 to $73,000 in under 60 days in commissions. Check that video out right now, and then come back to this if you don't know who I am yet. So let's get right into it though. So how do you actually start selling insurance? Well, the first thing that's super important for you is actually finding the right agency, right? So how do you actually find the right agency? So that's what I'm going to be talking about first. So there's a couple things that you actually want to do to make sure that you're actually finding the right agency and finding an agency that's going to be best suited for you. So you really have to figure out, like, okay, am I wanting to sell insurance over the phone, or am I trying to sell insurance face to face? That's really the first thing that you want to ask yourself. But if you're wanting to sell, and you probably clicked the video because you want to sell insurance from home, there's a few things that you absolutely must need to be able to do that, right? And I'm going to actually grab this chair because it's a little bit more comfortable. But really, what you want to do is you want to find an agency that has good comp, right? So the first thing you want to do is make sure that you're getting at least 100% commission level if you're paying for your leads. Some companies aren't going to make you pay for your leads. They might give you free leads, but if they're making you pay for your leads, make sure, especially if you're starting in final expense or mortgage protection, you're getting at least 100%. If you're not, you're getting paid with your worth. Commission levels, a lot of people say commission levels don't matter, but they really do, because that's what you're actually getting paid on. So make sure that your commission levels are really good. Make sure they're at least at 100%. Now, another thing that you want to make sure in an agency that you're finding out is, do they actually have a release clause in there? Do they actually release you? Because some agencies, and I'm not going to mention any agencies in this video, but and if you have any questions, reach out to me on Instagram or comment down below, and I'll make sure to answer that, or just send me an email. But the way that you find an agency with a release, this is super important. I got caught up in these releases and not like getting my contracts held. If you feel like you aren't a fit for the agency, make sure that they do release you. As long as you don't have any debt with them, make sure that they do and will release your contracts so that you can use those carriers at other places. It's super important for you because maybe you pick an agency and it's not all it's cracked up to be, and maybe the company isn't really giving you what you thought you were getting into, right? It's going to be important for you to really understand exactly who they are, and like making sure that they do release you, right? Because there's a lot of agencies that will not release your contracts if you leave and go to a different agency. So make sure you ask before you join an agency, hey, do you offer a release? Like, is that something that you will do? As long as I have no debt, but if, for God forbid, if it weren't to work out with us, will you offer a release? That's super important to know. Another thing in terms of agency-wise is finding people that are actually doing what you're doing. This leads into a little bit of the mentorship part. But make sure you find a good leader. Make sure you find a good coach that will actually help you, walk you through the whole process, and that's actually patient, and that's actually had the results that you're looking to do, right? That's sold $20, $30, $40,000 a month, make sure that you find somebody that will actually give you the guidance and help that you need, because you're just a baby when you're just starting out. There's so much things you need to learn, and really when you're first starting out, there's a lot to learn in terms of going through the learning curve. So you're going through a sales learning curve, and then also an industry learning curve. So you might have the sales ability dialed in already, but then you're still having to learn how to sell sell life insurance, specifically the objections that you might get, how to actually sell in the life insurance space. Different things like that, but then also product knowledge, figuring out exactly what's going to be best for the client and whatnot. But even if you already have a lot of industry experience, you got to get your sales experience down. So there's like 2 learning curves that you have to go through, but once you do those, that'll really be helpful. So once you start, once you find the right agency and actually have an agency that will pour into you, also want to ask, like, hey, do they have top producers there? Do they have people that will that I can actually follow, that I can listen to their sales calls so that I can get a really fast start in the life insurance space? Like, are they actually doing it right? I would speak to a few of them before too. I would say, hey, what's kind of your experience been like so far? Like, number one way that you can actually figure out if somebody's legit and real is go through like YouTube content, like videos like these, sharing real stuff, right? Like if you want to see bank statements, if you want to see like why you should trust me, just watch that video of like me going from 0 to 73,000 in under 60 days. That video will show you everything, right? I show you bank receipts. I'm vulnerable, right? Like I went $15,000 in debt because I didn't learn these lessons that I'm sharing with you guys in this video. So make sure that you have an agency that actually does the work, that has done it before and actually can train you and has a process for you to actually go through, right? So when you get onboarded, hey, what are the next steps? How are you going to help me go from 0, go from 5 to 20,000? What's that actually look like? Have you done that before? Have you had other people that have done that? And so really kind of going through that, making sure that they will help you and can help you and are qualified to help you in that, and also will have time for you, because a lot of what I see is people coming in, they're sold the dream, they're sold, hey, you're going to come in, you're going to make a ton of money, and they just throw you to the wolves and they don't answer your calls, and then like they're too busy. But make sure that you have somebody that's going to walk with you step by step, hand by hand, so that you can really see optimal success in this space. Another thing that you want to look at as far as an agency goes is, do they have a really good lead source? Like that I'm able to get an acquisition cost under $150, right? Or maybe max $200. So what is an acquisition cost? Well, it's your lead cost, how much money I spend in marketing so that I can get a sale and actually get a commission out of that. And so it's really important, especially when you have when you're going into this space, is making sure your acquisition cost is under like about $150. We say about a 125 or lower, but 150, 200 is kind of pushing it a little bit. But if they're not able to show you that, then I would be like, hey, I need a good lead source. And I would think about generating your own leads so that you can really scale to whatever capacity you want and really own your marketing. Because these IMOs, these agencies, they're going to put there's weird advertisements out there. Free burial. There's Joe Biden just launched a $50,000 free benefit. And they're selling these leads to you, or they're recycled where you're buying these new and fresh and exclusive leads for $10, $20, $30, whatever it is, but they're getting resold over and over and over and over and over again. And when you call, the number is going straight to voicemail. The number is disconnected. They're saying that you're the 20th person today that's called them. Those are signs that those leads are probably not exclusive. So just really be on the lookout for that, especially when you're getting to the industry, making sure that they have a good lead source, because there's some agencies that are going to make you say, hey, work 9-month-old leads and all that. Well, first of all, especially with the FCC ruling coming out in 2025 moving forward, or late 2024, early 2025, that's going to cease to exist. So what's your acquisition cost? And what's your acquisition system actually going to look like? That's super important to know when you're just starting out. Another thing is besides the comp, besides the mentorship, besides the leads, is like, are there other people really succeeding doing this? And I want to be able to be around a culture and a community that will actually support me, help me, because it really does take a tribe to raise a child, right? And so making sure that you have a tribe that you can go to and you can ask not only your mentor, because if you're relying on only one person, it's really like, if they're not available, what are you going to do? And so making sure that there's other people in the agency that you can reach out to if you have any questions, that you can really maybe shadow them, listen to their sales calls, so that you know exactly what to do on a day-to-day basis, and making sure that they have a clear-cut training program for you, making sure that they are going to take you step by step by step by step, and not just, hey, plug into the calls. It's like, okay, that's awesome, but like, I need a plug-and-play system that I can use to be able to help me get to the result, right? Whatever that is, $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 a month consistently for you, right? So that's in terms of like picking the right agency. Another thing is making sure that you're independent. That's a mistake that I made as well, is like making sure that I actually own my book of business, but also that I'm independent, that I have good comp. Especially if you're buying your own leads, you need to make sure that you are fully independent, and that your contracts are good, right? The carriers that you use, that you have multiple of them, that you have multiple people that you can go to. And I would really make sure that you have a core 5 to 6 carriers. Like, that is huge, especially when you're starting out, is like making sure that you just have 5 and stick with those. That's it. You can write, they're gonna say, hey, you got contracted with 60 different carriers, but it's just overwhelming. So make sure that you just have a core 5, especially if you're doing final expense or term, which I really help agents with scale that side, like simplified issue, not advanced markets, but just mortgage protection, term, final expense, is having a core 5 people that the main health conditions that your clients are going to see and have, that you're able to cover those on a consistent basis, and that you can just master those, right? So make sure that you have that. A good agency will support you, will help you with that. And then another thing is making sure that you have carriers that have true Social Security billing, that do verify the routing and account number, and make sure that they do have funds in that account, and make sure that you can actually write business with them. Because that's a mistake that I made, is not having that to where it's actually verifying the routing and account number, and that really came back to bite me. So I really want you guys not to make that mistake that I did, because then there's chargebacks that come, and you got to pay for those, and it's not a fun deal. So make sure that you're getting the routing and account number actually verified, but then also on the flip side, writing true Social Security billing, where it's not just Social Security billing, but like what true Social Security billing is, and I had to learn this the hard way, and I had a few other agents that did, is having a carrier that, like, hey, if Miss Betty, she gets paid every day on the first of the month, well, she's getting that's the first, right? So if she's getting paid on the first, what she's gonna do is say if it falls on a Saturday, the government actually pays a day early on Friday. And so what Ms. Betty's gonna do, especially if you're doing final expense, is she's gonna go to the bank Friday, take out the money, and there's gonna be no money in the account for the first, which you set it to draft each month. Well, true Social Security billing, what's nice is whenever they get the money, the carrier actually can see that, read that, and actually send for payment right when they get the money. So make sure you do that and have that in place. And also, don't write direct express card business. It's just not good business. I mean, think about it. It's somebody who doesn't even have a bank account, can't afford to live on their own. They're living straight off the government. They can't afford much, and they're just not a high quality prospect for you. So make sure you're following up on your clients consistently, actually building a relationship, not just throwing stuff at the wall and seeing what sticks, but actually building a relationship with the client. You also have a client success back end where there's people actually helping with retaining the business, and so on and so forth. So that's really how you find the right agency. In terms of finding the right mentor, I mean, the biggest thing that helped me find that is like going to YouTube and seeing what kind of value I can get from them, and can I implement that into my business and life now, so that I can scale, right? Because if you don't, like, that's the number one indicator that, hey, if they know what they're talking about, if I can actually make money from their YouTube content just like this, then I know that if I pay them, or if I actually like join their team and actually get contracts with them, that I know that I could probably be able to scale as well. So make sure that you're watching videos just like these, investing in yourself, but then also finding the right coach and right mentor that can help you. And so I actually help agents scale past $20,000 per month, owning their own leads, walking them through the whole process just like this. So if you need anything, click the link down below and book a call with me, and we'll see if we're a fit, right? If we're not, totally cool, but just because you have money doesn't mean you would be a fit. I've turned away tons of people with credit cards on hand because if they're not a right fit, I'm only getting... The reason why we get the best results in the industry for agents and help them scale quick, like Gonzalo going from broke, falling out of the industry almost, to making $20,000 his first 45 days with us, and Chase, I mean, he just messaged me his first 2 months, did 44K himself, scaled from 5 to 26,000. He has actually an interview on the channel too. Devin never sold anything in his life before, sold his first, I mean, he sells like 1 to 2 policies a day now, which is sick. His goal is to submit 20,000 this month, which he definitely can. So just make sure that you have the right people, and then also, especially if you're working over the phone and selling over the phone from home, having an agency that has live dials open, having Zooms open, that not only they're giving you the training, the support, the mentorship, the guidance, the hands-on approach, but they're also having live dials so that you can listen to other top producers go out and sell. But then also what's cool is you can also get live feedback from coaches. That's what's really helpful, especially nowadays. We've really implemented to help agents really surpass the learning curve a lot faster, and we can train them like fast, and it's trained a lot of people at the same time, is having people get on Zoom, unmute, and so I actually coach them live so that they know exactly what to say and how to say it, and walk you through the whole process. So when you're just starting out, you can do it yourself, but you have somebody whispering in your ear what to say, so you get the muscle memory down, right? And really getting familiar with the whole process. Another thing to really help jumpstart, and I'm going to pivot a little bit to mindset now, the way you get a really fast start in the life insurance industry when you're just starting out is going and just attacking the learning curve head on, like fully attacking it 100% and taking all of your effort, all your energy, so that you can really explode your business. Because all you really need is feedback. The reason why it's going to be really hard for you to scale right when you just start out selling life insurance is because you don't have any data. So you want to make sure that you have the data correct so that you can really scale to whatever capacity you want, right? 20, 30, 50, $100,000 a month, whatever that looks like. It's definitely possible, but you have to take massive action. I like to think about it this way. If you need to make 5,000 or 10,000 or 100,000 mistakes, how fast are you going to make those mistakes? Some people take 5 years to do it. Some people take a lifetime to do it. Some people take 5 months, 3 months, 2 months, 1 month, 5 weeks, 1 week, 1 day, right? So I try to condense. One thing that I really did to be able to help me scale fast and submit $30,000 my very first month in the industry is by doing those things, by making sure I take massive action and I can succeed, and really getting feedback, because that's what you need. You need feedback, you need data to be able to make strategic decisions so that you can scale. So make sure that you're making all those mistakes, having a mentor, failing fast, falling straight on your face, and just making it happen. That's how you build momentum. That's how you build quick wins, is you slowly begin to get better over time. And so that will help you get a huge jump start in the industry. I wish somebody would have told me somebody would have told me about that. Now, another thing that you want to make sure, this is just very beginner stuff, is make sure that you save money for chargebacks. I wish I would have done this earlier, is saving 20 to 30% of my money for chargebacks, because when a chargeback comes, especially when you're just starting out, you don't know a lot what's going on. You're just selling, but how do you retain the business? Do you have a cadence for that? Do you have a client success person that's helping walk you through the whole process? Well, or your new client through the whole process. That's what I wish I would have done sooner. So make sure whenever you get your money, save 20 to 30% for chargebacks, so that whenever you get a chargeback, you just call in and pay the company back their money, because the money that you get is not yours. It's just a loan. So you have the money for a little bit, it's a loan, but if the client cancels, then you're gonna have to pay that money back. So just make sure that you understand the risk of chargebacks and that could happen. I typically save 20 to 30%. Chargebacks about 15%, but having that buffer is really, really, really nice. Now, what I want to do now is actually talk to you, walk you through my script, on a script that you can actually use if you want to start scaling now. So I'm actually going to just hop right in here. And here we go. So this is my script, the one that I really created so that you guys can scale a lot faster. So the beginning of the call, right? You want to have a one call close. We don't set appointments, especially if you're selling over the phone. You want to have a one call close that you can just go in and just start calling and closing right away. So, hey John. Yeah, John, this is just Johnny. Just giving you a quick call back in regards to the request you sent in on Facebook for the new state-regulated life insurance programs in Arizona. You listed your beneficiary is Mary. Is that right? Yes. Awesome. Okay. And were you looking for anything, I guess, specific, or just kind of wanting to go over all your options? Okay. Good deal. And were you looking just to and did you have any coverage in place currently or not yet? Okay. Good deal. Now the way this works is actually really simple, and you just pivot right into this. The way this works is actually really simple. I'm actually a state licensed underwriter here in Arizona. So my job is basically to let you know what options you actually qualify for based on your age and health. I actually shop around all the carriers here in the U.S. to see which one will give you the best rate. Does that make sense? Just so you know, everything's non-medical, so no doctors coming out to the house. Okay, I'm actually going to get you some answers here over the phone. All right. Alright, so to see what options you qualify for, and just to make sure we're getting you the most accurate rates, are you a tobacco user of any kind? What is your birthday? So I actually have a complete breakdown of this. It's my $50,000 a month telesales script. Go check that out on my YouTube channel. It's a few videos down. But I'm just going to kind of walk you through this whole script. And if you guys want this actual script, I actually have a school community that's completely free. So this is going to be in it. Link is in the description. But if you want access to this now and actually get hands-on training from me, definitely click the link down below, schedule a call with me, and we'll get you scaling quick. So I'm just going to keep walking through this, right? So, okay. Now to see what options you qualify for, any tobacco use? No. Okay, what's your birthday? So a key with underwriting is making sure that you ask question by question by question, line by line by line, and not skipping over things. Okay, so what's your date of birth? Okay. You don't plan on starting now, do you? And how tall are you these days? And how light are you these days, right? Don't slap me through the phone here, but how light are you these days? And are we taking any medications? Okay, good deal. And really politely say, hey, okay, go ahead and grab those medications for me and just spell those out. Let me know when you're ready. And make them go grab them, right? And then, are we taking any medication? No problem. And go ahead and grab them for me. All right, awesome. And have we had anything happening to our hearts? Any stents? How are our lungs working these days? Any asthma? Any COPD? By the way, if you have any questions, comment down below, and I'll be answering those either in another video or answer them straight in the comment section. And so I'll actually go through this more, but I'm just going to kind of walk you through this stuff. So, how are our lungs working? Any asthma, COPD? Any inhalers? How's our blood flowing? Any high blood pressure? If so, how many? Right? Any cancer, any form of diabetes? Asking all these questions. And what you do is you go, while you're doing this, is you're actually going to insurance toolkits. So when you go into insurance toolkits, you're medically underwriting here. So when you're asking these questions, you're saying, okay, so have you had any diabetes, right? If they do, okay, diabetes. And have you had any complications with them? No, okay, when's the last treatment? Oh, okay, 2023? Okay, good deal. When were you diagnosed with that, by the way? 2018? Good deal, okay. And then do you have any, so ask all these questions. It's insurance toolkits. This will really help you out. Any uncontrolled high blood pressures? No. Any diabetic medications or dosages in the medications in the past year? No. Okay. What about 3 or more medications to control their blood pressure? No. Good deal. Okay. What's your A1C rating? Okay. Was it over or under 8%? It was under. Okay. Good deal. And let's see here. Yes. Awesome. And then you click get quote, and it'll actually quote exactly which company that they're going to be approved for, which is really cool, right? So I'm asking all these questions when I'm asking these underwriting questions, just see if you qualify for our savings plan. You do have an active checking account, correct? Yes. Awesome. And if they don't, then you just go in here, payment type, and then go to Direct Express, get quote, and it'll show exactly what carriers will actually take them, which is really cool. Awesome. So go ahead and grab a pen and paper and let me know when you're ready. Just need you to write a couple things down here for me. Awesome. Then go ahead and grab the pen and paper. Awesome. My name is Johnny, Johnnny. Last name Nitafan, SPAN, my state producer number. I actually give this to them to show credibility and authority. My state producer number is 1555555. Awesome. With that number, you can actually go to the Department of Insurance website and find me. That way you know who I am and that my license is active, right? It's super important you know who you're speaking with, because I'll be your agent for life. And by the way, here's my direct line. It's 555-555-5555. Awesome. So I guess like for you, like kind of, I guess walk me through this a little bit, right? Like what kind of got you motivated to start looking into life insurance? Like what's kind of the main concern here? And so the why questions is where the deal is going to be closed. This is where you solidify the sale. This is where you actually make the sale. This is where it's won or lost. Make sure that you ask these questions and really you have a curious tone, really caring for them, right? Compassionate, smiling, upbeat. These are intangible things that will help you in your sales process and really help get the client, like help get them dialed in, right? And help them actually see the need for this. Because my approach to sales is actually, if you have a genuine heart to help the client and make sure that they are actually helped and in a better situation, then you're gonna win, right? So kind of walk me through this, right, Miss Mary? Like what kind of got you motivated to start looking for life insurance? What's kind of the main concern here? What was kind of going through your mind when you were thinking about that? Okay, and who's going to be your beneficiary, God forbid something were to happen to you? Like, who's that going to be? And can I be transparent with you here for a second? Your family's lucky to have somebody. So I'm not going to go through everything here, but this is like my script, right? And so going through there, establish affordability and build trust. Okay, Sally, just so you know, I actually specialize with working with people on very low and fixed incomes, right? Social Security, disability, things like that. Would you say you're in a very similar spot too, or okay? And between you and me, that's probably why they actually got you over to me, because we actually help get the most affordable plans here in Arizona, right? And speaking of affordability, right? Like, what's kind of a good, kind of comfortable number for you monthly, even in a tight month? Is that like $150 or $100 or $75 or $200 or $250? Like what's kind of a good kind of comfortable number for a monthly, even in a tight month? Okay, get a number, right? It's not a deal breaker if they don't, but just get an idea of what page that they're on, right? And so while I let my system calculate your rates here, I do want to share some of the features and benefits of the policy. Make these quick stories. I had a client of mine that had this. I had a client of mine that did this. Make sure you overcome the think about it, have them pick an option, and be very smooth in the transition, right? You want to make sure that, as my phone just fell, make sure that you transition really well into the application right here. And then like, hey, okay, awesome. So once they give you a yes, take the order. Okay, what address do you want to mail this policy out to? And then to promise close, super important to end the call, right? Solidifying the business, making sure that they're locked down for life. All right, cool. So that's the script, right? Again, if you want the access to the script, my school community is opening up here in a few days. It might be open right now when you're watching the video. So click the link down below. It's going to be in there. And then also, if you want to schedule a call with me to start working with me directly, one-on-one, get access to my training program and start generating your own leads, definitely let me know in the comments or just click the link down below and book a call with me. Let's talk about softwares you need to use, right? Dialing, huge. Local presence. This is what's going to help, right? Is dialing with local presence is Kixie. If you guys need a discount, let me know. I can definitely help you out with that. So Kixie, dialing, if you want to use that. Also a CRM, right? The CRM that I use is Agent AI. What's cool about that is that we actually built in an AI bot that actually sets appointments for you on your calendar so that you're having consistent people to talk to. You're not having to dial out all day, but you have 3 to 5 presentations on your calendar so that you can just run those and get a deal a day, right? Because a deal a day will keep the bills away. One deal a day will change your life, and it changed mine. That's why I say, like, you have to get 20 to 30 new leads every single day generated. I'm going to talk a little bit about leads, but you got to get 20 to 30 new leads generated every single day. Or if you're buying leads, like, it's just not sustainable if you're buying leads, but generate your own 20 to 30 every single day. That'll allow you to have consistent lead flow to close 1 to 3 deals per day, which is huge. So make sure you do that. Once you have that, you're gonna have the AI bot setting about 10-15% of those people onto your calendar, so you can scale really fast, right? Cash flow, I use Mint, which is cool. Loom, I use, obviously I'm filming on right now, but that's just a quick video taker. Zapier, I integrate leads to a Google Sheet if I need. Calendly, I use as well. Notion is a great place for notes, or Google Docs. Google Calendar, Slack, and Zoom. Those are the softwares that I use that you need to use as well if you want. Totally up to you, but that's what I would say in terms of the softwares that I use. So lastly, again, I touched on this, but let's talk about lead generation. So for you to have really good leads, like Facebook leads are the way to go. Digital outbound is the way to go because you can pay for leads that are 15, 50, $100 a piece, but it's just really not scalable, especially if you're trying to have your acquisition costs at 125, 150 bucks a piece consistently. So that will generating your own leads. You're not having to have a vendor. You can have it say whatever you want in the ad. Whenever you're getting objections in your sales calls, you can help filter those out in the marketing with your ads. I actually help people set everything up on this, but really what I'd say is test interests, test creatives, test the Facebook form. I actually have I have 2 full videos on exactly how to do this step by step if you want to do that. But generate your own, highly recommend. Don't buy from lead vendors. I bought from lead vendors. I went $15,000 in debt, but when I started generating my own, started making $30,000 per month, right? $23,000 my first month, and then the rest is history from there. So this is a complete, really breakdown how to sell life insurance from home. If you guys want more of this, click the link down below and subscribe, share this with a friend, like the video right now. Helps the algorithm, helps get to more people just like you, but also helps more of these videos get recommended to you so you never miss out. Again, click the bell as well, and comment down below what you took away. If you guys need anything, have any questions, I'm here to help. I want to see you guys win. I want to see you succeed. Let's make some money. Let's go help families. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.